Hey friends, this is Sabi. Today, this is my video in continuation of my last video. Today I'm going to show you some more deeper roots that made Adam to sin. So when you check the book of Genesis chapter 3 verse 1 to 15, there's a conversation between serpent and the Eve. In this entire thing, let me give you overview what exactly happened. What actually made Adam to sin? What made him to go, made Eve to go and eat the food and give it to Adam? So I want to give you some basis like what exactly challenges your thing that causes humanity to sin, that causes Adam to sin, and because of that, the whole race of humans had to fall into the same thing. But I want to see something. The first thing that the serpent always does, he challenges the character of God. If this thing is challenged in your life, that means there's a threat to something in your life. He challenged the first thing is the love of God and the goodness of God and the righteousness of God. These three are the core characters of God. This is what the serpent challenged. In the entire conversation, the serpent made this Eve to feel that thing that the God is not a loving God, and he made them to challenge the goodness that the God is not a good God, and he made them to challenge the righteousness that this God whom you say who has given you the entire thing, the entire garden, entire life is withholding something from you. He's not giving you best. The serpent was pointing to the tree of knowledge of good and evil that God has forbidden them to eat of that thing. Serpent was in other words telling them that God is withholding something best from you. Actually, we know that our God is a righteous God, and He doesn't withhold something best. He wants to give us a best, but He wants us to mature into a level that we can know how to handle that thing. So God is always a loving God. He loves you so much. And secondly, anything in your life that challenges the goodness of God. Here, it challenged the goodness of God. It made this Eve and even Adam to feel that thing. Yes, God is really not so good. Yes, He is good. God is not so good. But God is so good. That's the real fact of God. And that's the real truth of God. His goodness is never stopping. But often challenge the goodness of God. Anything in your life that challenges the goodness of God in your life, it's really a threat to you. Be aware of this thing. Anything that challenges the love of God, that God doesn't love you. No, He is love. God is Himself love. He loves you. There's no need for Him to say that I love you, but He is love only. Even He says not say there's a different thing, but He loves you, and He always says to you, maybe you're not hearing that thing. It is never that God will never say He doesn't love you, but He always loves you because He is love. So know this thing. Nothing in your life should challenge this thing. These three core things of God, and it made Adam to feel this thing that first Eve, then Adam, to that God is withholding something best. He's not giving them the tree of knowledge of good and evil, the fruits of that tree to partake. This is what serpent questioned them, made their mind to get confused in this thing that God is withholding something best from them. And the last thing I want to say, that serpent told them God is not going to doesn't want you to have from that tree, only for one reason, because serpent made them feel like if you eat of the tree, you will become like God, knowing good and evil. He challenged something, that is, he challenged the sonship of the human being. The Adam and Eve, both were sons of God. Especially Adam, it says that he was a son of God. But it made them to challenge. When I say, let me give you an example. Tomorrow, if I give birth to somebody, that person when whom is the child, it's a human. The child doesn't need to do anything to become human. It's a human. Simply when God created Adam, He created into the things of sons of God. Adam was the first son of God. But something challenged that Adam thing. The word of God says, yes, Adam. It says, if you can read the genealogy, it says Adam son of God again. But if something challenged that thing, made them to feel that okay, they are not like God, or we have to do something to become like God. Something challenged. They challenge actually the sonship of Adam. Adam was created fully into the image of God. He had to mature that thing. God was leading him to the maturity, into the sonship. But Eve, the serpent challenged through Eve that God does not want you to eat of that tree because you'll become like God. They were like God, the fullness of this thing. Only they had to get into maturity that God was leading them. That's the only thing. So there's three things in our life. First thing, that enemy, Satan, will always challenge you with these three things. Not only this character, but any character of God. The enemy will always tempt you to challenge you. Second thing, it will make you feel like God is withholding something best. I want to say, God is a very loving God. He wants to give you the best of the best. He wants to give you. Third thing, let me come back to Jesus. You know, Jesus knew that he was the Son of God. That's why he didn't fall into the temptation of the enemy. Similarly, because he knew he was the Son of God, because he heard the three things. What Father God said. You my beloved Son, and in whom I am well pleased. The three things he told. He said that Father God said that he is well pleased. He is his beloved, loved, his Son. Three things I will say. Sonship, love, and he was pleased. You don't need to do anything to become the sons of God. You do not need to do. Similarly, today in this new creation thing, you have become the sons of God. You don't have to do anything to the beginning. You are already. So believe in the fact that you have become the sons of God. You are at the maturity stage. You are going to be in the fullness of the maturity of the Son, that is Jesus Christ. You're going to mature. You conform to that image. To kill that image, there is a maturity level that you are going to grow. But know this thing: you have already become the Son of God, and God is never withholding something from you, and nothing should challenge the character of God in your life. Thank you.